The FIA has made changes to its design regulations for front and rear wings as of this weekend's Singapore Grand Prix to prevent teams from taking advantage of flexible parts. According to motorsport.com, the FIA has requested to see all wing design drawings ahead of the Marina Bay race in order to verify they are in accordance with the regulations. Further, specific wing designs which it believes violate the rules have been prohibited. Among these are wing elements that move or rotate in relation to the bodywork they are fixed to, elastomeric parts that facilitate local deflection, and designs with soft trailing edges to facilitate flexing. FIA officials have long had to contend with the team's flexi-wing antics, but Nicholas Tombazis, its single-seater director, has described how the organization was forced to react after discovering the extent to which some teams were willing to go in order to circumvent the rules. According to an exclusive interview with motorsport.com's Italian site, Tombazis explained the rationale behind the new stance.
In the F1 regulations we have many flexibility criteria. There are loads that we apply and a certain deflection is allowed. There are static tests that we do to check, and it is obvious that these tests are never perfect because the direction of the load you apply is always a bit different from the load that is on the track when it experiences genuine aerodynamic force. There may be differences and, for this reason, in the regulation there are some general and conceptual specifications that, in essence, prohibit mechanisms. For example, one could draw a wing that, when applying the forces of the FIA test, is fixed but when applying any other load, it could be more flexible. For this reason, we have been clarifying for years that mechanisms are not legal and we have written several clarifications on what we consider a mechanism.
Tombazis then suggested that a line has had to be drawn due to clever mechanisms that teams could use to circumvent the rules, including designs hidden beneath rubber coverings.
If under a carbon surface, we have levers that allow a deflection in one direction and not in another, we can consider this a mechanism. Another thing we have said in the past is that it's not acceptable when a component has relative motion against an adjacent element, sliding in a different direction. What happened recently? Some teams have components adjacent to each other that have a fairly high movement but do not slide because these areas are covered with rubber material. We do not consider this acceptable and, for this reason, we have made a clarification.
Tombazis suggested that teams had been utilizing this with both individual front wing elements and the nose attachments. Additionally, the crash structure's lower rear wing components are being inspected. The introduction of reference dots from the 2021 Azerbaijan Grand Prix has allowed for better monitoring of the upper wing element's flexibility.
We have observed some rotations, and we have analyzed them with the teams because we conduct some examinations. At the track, we will open up one of their components to see what's underneath, or we will look at the drawings in CAD to better understand how the various elements work. It's not that they want to, but they have to. Lately, we have seen drawings in which things were exaggerated. The trend was evident, so then we intervened with a more severe clarification.
Thanks for watching. For more information and F1 news, please subscribe to the F1 Reflection YouTube channel. Take care.